Mrs. Ivy Ford, hello.
Yes. Hi.
Welcome in Belgium.
Thank you.
Like my friend said before, you're doing your French tour. How did Swing Belgium fit in your?
How does it fit? Good. I'm trying to think. I forget how far we were from yesterday, but yeah, it's so far so good. Yeah.
You didn't knew before the Swing Festival?
This is my first time.
It's one of the only festivals in Belgium, just free.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to pay 3 days for the music.
Wow.
And you have great bands.
Only the beer you have to pay.
Only the beer. Only the beer we have to pay. Yeah. Other question: did you knew before what Belgium is about?
No.
Very small country.
Yeah.
You have to speak 3 languages: Dutch, French, German. You have a very difficult country, but we are famous because of the beers.
Right.
The
I knew
waffles,
that. Yes.
the chocolate. So
yes.
enjoy of Belgium.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go to the real questions. You're from a very difficult place, from Waukegan.
Waukegan, yeah.
In
It's
Illinois.
a suburb of Chicago.
It's in the near of Chicago. Is that, or was that important when for you to become a musician? Living in the near of Chicago?
Yeah, it
were
helps.
there other reasons that you said, okay, no, I want to become it because of? I don't know.
Well, I was born and raised there, you know, so, and it works out, and it helps that I live there because it's close to Chicago, and also very central to the Midwest and other big cities.
Yeah, yeah.
So it makes it easy to travel. So I just stayed in Waukegan.
So Chicago has real influenced you to become
Very much
also
so.
in your style. Yeah. How would you describe your style? Of what kind of music you want you to bring? Is it called blues or is it?
No, blues. It's called blues, Chicago style blues, because everything is, not everything, but a lot of blues musicians in Chicago, everything's electric, you know, so very high energy, very amplified, and Chicago musicians, we tend to be really animated and flashy when it comes to our clothes and the way, you know, we put on our show. So yeah, it's definitely a big influence on me.
So when I name one of, I think your big influences is Mr. Buddy Guy.
Of course, oh yeah.
When I look to your guitar,
Right,
and when I look to Mr.
Yeah, it's a Buddy Guy Stratocaster.
Yeah, that's I think the link that you want to make with Buddy Guy.
Absolutely.
He was one of your, the only one of your influences?
I really like Freddie King. I love his guitar playing. But I also really like Sister Rosetta Tharpe and Ruth Brown. Rosetta Tharpe also played guitar, which was not very common, you know. Now there's a lot of women that play electric guitar, you know, too. But then back then, not so much. So huge influence from Rosetta Tharpe and Freddie King. But of course, Buddy Guy. I first started my career in Chicago opening up for Buddy Guy at his club.
So the dots are really the link with Buddy. Okay,
Yes.
very good. You are not only a singer, but also one of the rare women that play more than one instrument.
Yeah.
You can name them, but a lot of instruments that you are playing yourself.
Well, piano, my first instrument was piano. I started learning when I was 9 years old. And I took lessons maybe for 1 year. And after that, I taught myself. And then when I was in school, I played saxophone. And when I was 20 is when I picked up the guitar. Because I'd go to open jams as a singer. And the guitar players and the band, they wouldn't want to play the songs that I wanted to sing. So I said, fine, I'll play for myself. So electric guitar, and then also bass guitar and drums.
So you got a lot of talents to become.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, but you're also a songwriter.
Yeah.
Is writing a song a difficult process for you?
Sometimes.
Great work too.
Sometimes,
Oh.
because the process is different. I don't have just one process. So sometimes when I write a song, it comes to me really quick. Other times I have a few words and then I get stuck and I say, oh, I don't know what to write. So I set it aside, you know. So sometimes it's kind of hard, sometimes no. My first album, Time to Shine, that song, Time to Shine, I wrote in 15 minutes.
Okay. That means that not every song that you write is a good song. Can I say that?
Yeah, oh sure, yeah.
Is writing songs a way to communicate with people? Yeah.
Very much, yeah.
Yeah. You want to sing and to say something.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Your last album?
Club 27.
Not I must say your latest album, not your last album.
Latest. You can say the latest or last, but yeah.
Yeah, it's Club 27. Your fourth studio album?
No, the three. This is number three.
Okay, number 3. The 27. I think that everybody who knows something about music is going to relate your age. I think it was you were 27.
Yeah, I turned
the
27.
People that died.
Like Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and
Robert Johnson, he was the first one. Don't forget him.
Yeah.
Ryan Jones, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison, and Amy was, I think, the
yeah, I think the last one, yes. Yeah.
What do you want to highlight with the 27? What was special about the item?
Well, I think it's funny because when I was working on recording this third album, it wasn't going to be Club 27. I had other songs and then out of the blue, I came up with I think I came up with the song "Believe What You Heard" on there, and I thought, oh, it sounds like Amy Winehouse, and I got thinking. I said, okay.
Maybe I should relate it.
And so once I started with that idea, the rest of the songs were very easy to write. So there's some songs that have influences from Jimi Hendrix, some have influences from Janis Joplin, and so on and so forth. And then the first song, Keep On Blues, I had just watched the Robert Johnson documentary on Netflix, and I was watching it, and they said the only birth certificate and death certificate they finally found, and when they did the math, they said, oh, he died, ironically, it's funny, at 27 also. And then I knew then, I said, oh, that's it, okay, we're going with that direction. And being a blues musician, it just seemed perfect to open up the album with Robert Johnson inspired track.
So you were a big Amy Winehouse fan.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
Look at you, you have something from her.
Yeah.
You look, So, okay, why should people buy your album? I give you free promotion time.
Sure.
Give us some items. Why should people buy the album?
It's very diverse. So it's not just blues. It's not just one genre. So it's a little bit of something for everyone. And then within each song, I try to tell a certain story that relates to the artist that I was trying to write for. Yeah. So it's informative a little bit on the history of some of the artists, and then it's all original. So I know some artists, blues or not, they do a lot of covers and things like that. But from what I hear from my fans, they like all original music. So. So I think that's a good.
Please buy the album.
Please, yes, please.
Okay, you're very young and you already have a nickname. The Chicago
Blues Kitten.
Kitten.
Yes.
You're pleased with that? You're happy to?
Yeah, you know, some people ask, how did you get that name?
Yeah.
And
That was my question too. Who gave you the name
I
and
can't
why?
remember exactly who it was or if it was just one person, but in the blues world and musicians world, a lot of times as like a friend or a nickname, we say, oh, you know, so and so, that cat that plays piano or that cat that plays guitar. And so that's a very common name for everyone. And because I am so young, instead of a cat, it's a kitten.
Nice too.
Yeah, they used kitten, and at first it was kind of funny, just as a joke. And then I go out to shows and play, and people would say, "Hey, it's the Blues Kitten," and it stuck. And I like it. I like it.
And now she's sitting in front of us. Okay, like I said, you're young.
Yeah.
What are your plans for long term? When I say, do you have a kind of a bucket list, things that you really want to do?
Well, I definitely would like to put out more and more albums. I'd like to do some albums on vinyl and things like that. So I have not. That's a big item on my list. As well as I'd like to travel more, and maybe down the road have my own label or studio, especially for young artists, and to really be artist driven. So sometimes music labels, sometimes for music labels, they don't always do what's best for the artist, or they tell the artist what to do.
For the business.
And I don't like that. That's why I don't. All of my music and everything, it's all self-produced. I'm not with a label because I don't like to be told what to do. I don't like to be handled. So that's probably the biggest goal is maybe eventually have my own label, possibly.
Okay, Ivy. Before I ask you the last question, who are with you on stage today?
On this tour, on drums is Denis Agenet, and on bass is Abdel Biba, and the piano player is Jean-Patrick Crosset.
Oh,
and
French.
All of them are from
French people.
Yeah.
And what's on your set list? Do you have songs in your mind that you say, I really want to sing that or that? Or?
Well, all the songs today probably will all be originals. So from Club 27, I will probably play, it's called Love in This World. It's a little more jazzy. And then Time to Shine from my first album. And definitely my song called Not in the Right Way, which is kind of a Texas-like shuffle. So those three for sure. The rest, I don't know. We'll see when I get up there how I feel.
Okay, I have a last question. Ivy, where do you want to be, let's say, within 10 years? Do you have a plan there?
I would like to have...
children? No.
Well, no. I have one. I have a daughter, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, she's 5. Vivian is her
she
name.
knows that you're singing.
Yeah, and she likes it. When I was expecting her, people thought I would stop playing. And no, so I played my last show. I think me and my band were in Chicago at Navy Pier, and I had her, I think, 10 days later. And then she was 3 weeks old, and we were back on the road, and I had her with me. No, I think 10 years from now, I'd like to be able to take a little more time off, to spend with my family, meaning that have my schedule more seasonal with festivals, so a couple months on the road and things like that, and then maybe a month at home.
Oh, yeah. More time, more me time.
Yeah. So that would be nice, and to have more of my own music out there, so more people know who I am. That's a big goal.
Mrs. Ivy Force, thank you. That were my questions. Thank you again for,
You're welcome.
like we say, our roots time. And thank you a lot for your music.
Thank you so much. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Okay.